Hi, it's me, Nick, the Awkward Yeti, and today on Patreon Creator Chronicles, this is episode 9 actually, we're going to talk about how to make a living following your passion. It'll be my own advice based on my experiences, which may vary significantly from yours, but you can hear my perspective. Maybe you'll get some inspiration from it, maybe you won't. This is something that I could talk about for a very long time, and I'm limited to a couple minutes, so I'm just going to make 3 points. My first tip would be to adapt. Be ready to adapt. When I first started making my comic, it was about Lars the Awkward Yeti, and as Heart and Brain started coming out and I saw that they were more popular, I started going with Heart and Brain a little bit more. And I think that that's a dilemma for a lot of creative people, is you follow the audience, does that make you a sellout? But really, I just found a more genuine way to tell my stories through these characters. So you can be yourself and adapt at the same time. And likewise with business, you need to be able to adapt and be ready for things like social media sites shifting. Maybe MySpace isn't a thing anymore, so you need to be ready with something else. And I like to have a lot of work in a lot of different places. So I have different income sources like my store and Patreon, sometimes Kickstarters. Maybe I'll publish a comic here and there, and it doesn't add up to a lot, but it's enough so that if I lose one, I can afford that and I can keep going. And that's pretty important. My second piece of advice would be to get to know yourself and your strengths a little bit better. Some things might not be your strength, even though they might be your passion, something you're really excited about. For example, guitar. I like playing guitar, I really enjoy it for me, but I don't really have a knack for memorizing lyrics. I'm not a very good technical player, and I think it just wouldn't be a good place for me. But I do have a bit of a knack for the short form thing and having some flexibility. And so the comics worked really well for me. The short jokes were just a better fit for me. It's something that I have the attention span for. My last piece of advice, and I have a lot of other things that I could say, if you're on Patreon or in my Facebook supporter group, go ahead and ask me any questions you have about this and I will do my best to answer them. But for now, I just want to say, if there's something that you want to do, and it's something that especially if it's a creative thing and you want to make a living at it, start by just doing it. Don't start asking people who are already doing it how to make a living at it when you haven't made one. If you haven't made a single comic, I probably won't answer you. But say you've made a few dozen and you want some help, I'm happy to answer that. But you have to at least show that you want to do something before you start thinking about the money. The money's not the important thing. The important thing is, do you find the satisfaction in it? And you're only going to figure that out when you start doing it for yourself, and then start taking what you've made, that's you and genuine, and bringing that to the world. Okay? So I can't wait to see what you guys have made, or if you're already a creator, I'd love to see your links in the comments and let me know what you're up to. Hope you all have a great day. Bye. All right, my final tip would be to put yourself out there is very uncomfortable, and you have to really fight past that. So I'm going to do something as part of my point that I'm really uncomfortable doing, because I know from experience that when you do something uncomfortable, eventually it gets more and more comfortable, and maybe I'll even be comfortable in front of the camera someday. So I'm going to sing a song, which is way outside of my comfort zone. Here we go. I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words fall through me and always fool me, and I can't react. And games that never amount to more than they're meant will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You'll make it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. Moods that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. Well, you have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you all I can handle for now.